Hi, Teresa here. I want to do a little video about some different philosophies around workouts and exercise and why do certain ones, and a little bit more information about those types of workouts. So first and foremost, I really believe that no matter what, if you're moving and if it's naturally a part of your day, that's the best type of movement. I have a stand-up desk. I'm standing at my desk while I do my work, or I'm out walking or moving or doing some yard work. Like, that's naturally just a part of how I live my life. And I think that that's the best way to incorporate exercise. Another piece that I think is really important about exercise or movement is that you do what you love. Do you enjoy it? Are you excited to go and do whatever exercise you choose? Like, I really enjoy swimming. I really enjoy being around community and good music. And so I try to find different places that are energizing and fun to be around. So I go to the pool and I'll do laps and swim, and I just really enjoy that. Or I found a really good group workout that I love to do that has high energy music and a good community of people. And sometimes when I'm at home, I'll make sure that I play good music and I've got the space to do it. I'll do it outside, sometimes in my yard, and grab a couple dumbbells and just do a workout out there because that's what I've got time for. I'll go for a bike ride, or I'll go plan times with friends that I can go for a bike ride. So I just give you those as examples. Like, first and foremost, movement involves what you enjoy and naturally being a part of your lifestyle. Now, there's a little bit more specifics that you could incorporate. And when you're thinking about going to the gym, or like being a little bit more intentional about getting results in your life, here are some things to consider. 3 different types of workouts that I should say 4, that I do and regularly enjoy: strength training, high intensity interval training, sprint workouts, and cardio steady state, which looks like a long bike ride on a Saturday afternoon with some of my girlfriends, or I go for lap swims or things like that, or go for a jog around the neighborhood, or go for a long walk or a hike. So I'm going to speak a little bit more though about strength, high intensity interval training, known as HIIT, and sprinting. All right, so strength workouts. Why do we do this? Why we do strength workouts is because lifting weights, building muscle is a really important piece of maintaining a good metabolism for your life. So I've heard a statistic that's spoke about this as I think it's a good example. 1 pound of body fat burns about 2 calories a day versus 1 pound of muscle burns about 50 calories a day. So the more muscle you have, the more calories you're burning just by being in your body. So building muscle through strength training is really an awesome way to do that. And I'll talk about in high intensity interval training, you can do that as well. And I think also strength training though is really about like long term, way until I'm older, and I want to make sure that my body works well and it's strong and I can continue to do things and dance when I'm 90, and strength training and muscle building is a part of that. We also lose muscle as we age, just in general. So strength training is a really important way to counteract that and make sure that we do that. The American Council of Sports Medicine, where I've got my certified personal training or certification for personal training from, also recommends that you do 2 strength training sessions or strength building per week for all of your muscle groups. So what that could look like is 2 total body strength training, like do that twice per week, or you could do maybe a leg day twice a week, and then you do an upper body and core day twice a week. So, which means equivalent of 4 per week. Lots of different ways to do that depending on your goals and how much time you've got and what you want to invest in it, right? So strength, I typically do 2 strength per week. That's my goal. High intensity interval training. This includes, I think, more functional movement like squats and lunges and push and pull and rotation, all of those kind of movements that we need to do for the rest of our life. And they involve kettlebells and dumbbells and body weight and ropes, all sorts of like unlimited ways to do different functional movements at home or at the gym or lots of different places. High intensity interval training, just to give you a little bit of an example about the benefits of it. There's a study that was done that compared steady state cardio, which I still do and enjoy and there's nothing wrong with, but depending on your goals, you might be interested in kind of looking into this a little bit further, right? Steady state cardio, 30 minutes a week for, 30 minutes, 3 times a week versus a group that did HIIT training, 20 minutes, 3 times a week. The difference in body mass, what it looked like is the HIIT group lost 2% of body fat and gained 2 pounds of muscle. I don't know exactly the timing of this study in particular, but consider over a couple months. Steady state cardio, they lost 0.3% body fat and instead of gaining muscle, lost a pound of muscle doing that exercise. So HIIT training really helps to build muscle, lose more body fat. And often this is done in intervals. Probably the most famous interval is called the Tabata interval. Specifically is 20 seconds of all-out effort, 10 seconds of rest, doing this for 4 minutes or 8 rounds total with one particular exercise. Tons of variations on this interval, however. And by the way, the Tabata, the man his last name is Tabata, it's what it's named after, he discovered that 4 minutes of one Tabata round is equivalent to 45 minutes of long, slow cardio. So there's some advantages to getting in 4 minutes of exercise pretty quickly versus 45 minutes of a long jog. Cool. And intervals look a lot of different ways. Like I said, 30 seconds, 15 seconds rest, maybe 1 minute, 20-second rest, all sorts of things. And sometimes they're more moderate paced and sometimes they're all out. And really that all out is actually more in the sprinting category. So in my sprint workout examples, what's most important is that you're warmed up really well and you do some dynamic stretches and you kind of build into a sprint. Even after my warm up, I'm not going all out sprint. I'm still moderately doing a pace to move up to sprinting. I just think it's really important to make sure that you're not going all out sprint right off the bat, whatever you're doing. And sprinting can look like running. That's what we think of. But it could also be, I'm doing swimming laps in the pool. And so instead of doing 30 minutes of just moderate pace, I do a few sprints in there. Or on the elliptical or on the bike, same concept. I'm going up a hill, I'm gonna go all out sprint for that time. And just push my body a little bit more while I'm enjoying some kind of exercise. That's a way to get it in, or you can specifically do a sprint workout. I'd only do this like all out, like that sprint, if you're focused on sprint, like 1 time a week, takes your body some time to recover. So it's important to note that as well. And I think that's about it. That's what I wanted to say about that. So as you see in my weekly workout plans, I've got 2 strength days, 2 high intensity interval training days, and 1 sprint workout. Can again match this up in lots of different ways that really work for you, but something to consider about the patterns of physical activity and how to use them in your life and what would really support you. All right, have fun, keep moving, and enjoy the process.